Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for it to go. There we go. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? This is our Zen Project 8 Share It and Build It webcast. And you know who's with me right there? Well, I'm Mark McDonald, by the way, Zen Project 8 brand ambassador, international health expert, New York Times bestselling author. But you got my dear friend and powerhouse health professional, Renita Rowe Brannon. Renita, how you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Mark. How are you? Jet lagged? Are you jet lagged?
Jet lagged. Everyone watching, and just remember, we have the page up here, so as everyone jumps on where I'm watching this, and then we can see questions that come in and comments. I know we got Sherry McCants on. So as you're watching this, feel free to ask any questions because we're streaming live from the Zen Project 8 Facebook page. We just did. And remember, if you're living ZP8, you must join the group. It's facebook.com/group/ZenProject8. Just did an awesome coaching session on igniting and sustaining your health momentum. But Renee asked me if I'm jet lagged. We did an 18-day European African tour. Jeez. I'm a little jet lagged because I didn't think about this, Renita, that, hey, if it's 10 p.m. Eastern time, wait, that's 4 a.m. African time. So it's 4 a.m. my time right now. So if I stumble a little bit, you got to cover for me, okay?
Okay, you got it. I got your back, Mark.
So Renita and I were talking, and this weekly webcast that we do, and I know because I've been traveling, we haven't been able to do it as much as we'd like to, but we're going to find when I'm on the road, we're going to find ways where if it's not on Monday, because it's supposed to be every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern time, but as we're doing these global tours, we're going to find other times during the week to do it because the goal with these is for everyone sharing and building. It's little nuggets of information to help you continue to develop your skill set. We do our weekly coaching one in the group for everyone living ZP8 so that you get action items every week, how to take the program on better, how to make it a way of life. And then these are designed to just enhance your skill set, how to optimize your communication, how to understand the power of sharing the products in the program, and how to, most important, just become better at leading, because we all on this is to lead. And how do you do that? And we share insight. We bring guests on so you can see real time. And tonight's webcast, we want to talk about, because it's been such a great global tour, we want to talk about globally what we're doing. We want to talk about what we're doing in the Australia, New Zealand tour. But then I know all the U.S. Renita, you're in North Dakota. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and we live in the U.S., and I know some of the amazing U.S. communities feeling like, well, what's going on in the U.S.? So we are in the process. I'm going to be at both Jeunesse universities in July in New York, New Jersey, and then in Anaheim. And we are working on a massive, not a relaunch because Zen's not relaunching, but a new evolved launch that will match the 3-step model. And we're looking at when we are launching that, and it's going to be within June and July. But this is some cool stuff that's coming, and we want to reiterate the 3-step model and how the actual model is going to work for you when we do launch it. Sound good, Renita?
Yeah, and I'm excited, Mark, because what you've seen, because you've been on global tour, is you've seen really what works in these other countries where it's literally exploding, and you can see the momentum, you can see what packages and what products and the systems in place there that are absolutely exploding globally. And so I love that you have that global perspective when you come back to the U.S. to say, what can we do to fine-tune the U.S. even more, even greater, to just take it to a whole nother level? And that's really what I'm excited about.
Yeah, and this is, so if you're watching this and you're outside the U.S., just dive in because you already know this model well. And we're talking about North America. Canada almost has ZenFuse. This model is set up to win, and we're going to kind of dissect each step. It's going to be a quick webcast tonight, and we want this to be something where you can share with your team so that we're starting to prepare for the next phase of ZP8 in the U.S. But before that, let's talk about what's going on next week. So Hunter and I are going on an Australia, New Zealand adventure. We are taking a ZP8 tour through the Outback. So let me pull up what that looks like. And right here, next time, Renita, you got to come with us in the Outback.
Absolutely.
So here, so we leave on Monday, and we're going to be in Sydney, then Christchurch, then New Zealand, then Melbourne, then Perth, and Adelaide, Brisbane. These are 90-minute ZP8 experiences. And just if you're new to Zen Project 8, it's been a massive, ever since we launched. I was in Chile. We launched Chile. Then we did Amsterdam first to launch Europe. Then we launched Chile. Then we focused on the European tour, where I was just in London, Warsaw, Poland. Then we talked about Prague and the Czech Republic. Then Frankfurt, Germany. Then Milan, Italy. Then Kyiv, Ukraine. Then Krasnodar, Russia, and then Moscow. And then we just launched in South Africa and multiple parts of Africa. And every time we launch, we then follow up with the tours. We launched Australia back in March. So this is going to be the Australia-New Zealand tour. And it's all just, these are experiences. These are energetic. And Renita's been part of many of these experiences in North Dakota and beyond. And they're just great customer aspects where people can really make a choice to start the program, to live ZP8, and then move into the point where as they want to evolve, they can actually share and build as well. And hello, everyone jumping on. We got Celia. So remember, we're watching this live right here on the, so you can ask questions and Renita and I will answer them. And we got a lot of the US on, and they come to the California one, the New Jersey one. But Renita, do you want to come into the Australian ones? That'd be cool to have you.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? My favorite church is in Australia. We have a team in Australia. So Mark, as you're saying this, I'm actually just taking pictures of the screen and texting it to my team over in Australia as we speak. All of you should be taking screenshots of this right now with your phone and getting it on your Facebook page, because you just never know who knows somebody in Australia. You know what I mean? It's like those 6 to 7 degrees of separation, Mark, where everybody knows somebody, and who knows when that person has either lived in Australia, knows someone in Australia, or is currently living in Australia. So that's the power of this global movement, Mark. It's not just a U.S. movement. It is a global movement, and that gets me fired up. I mean, literally, what a global opportunity and what a global impact we're making with Zen Project 8.
Yeah, I mean, what was so cool in Africa, in South Africa, is that immediately, and then Zambia. So in the South Africa launch, we had a bunch of, so we're going to do this African tour because it's really, we launched in 10 countries in Africa. But what's cool is that in South Africa, everyone had people in Australia. So then now you go to Australia, and then you had a lot of people in Europe. So as we're launching all over, it's just knowing one person in one part of the world, and it's all there. So what's fun about in Africa, we launched the African phase guides. But hey, I know people in Portugal. Well, we have the phase guides in Portuguese. We have them in Russian. We have them in Italian. So you have all these different languages. So immediately, wherever you are globally, all the different languages, people can plug in, and the movement starts with you. And you know, when I was in Poland, Renee, I took a picture of the world. And I've never thought of the world as so small as I think of it right now. Wow. Like, it's just so small. I was in Africa 2 days ago. Then I was in London yesterday. And now I'm in Atlanta. It's incredible. Like, we can do anything in this world. And that's the message, is that, like, wherever we are, this movement is global. And the difference maker is that we are not teaching dieting. There are a lot of programs out there that deliver a result for a moment. We deliver a result for a lifetime, but most important, we educate you on how to make it a way of life. And what we figured out from the moment we launched in the US to where we've taken it globally is a very simple 3-step business model as you share and build ZP8 on how to do that. And this is a model that we're bringing to the US, and it will be launched within the next 30 days here. We're looking at a summer special that we may launch in a couple days, but we're fine-tuning that to make sure that it honors you the best. Yes. So we want to talk about it, Renita? Let's do it, Mark. You know, okay. I'm so excited about the global initiative. I just can't even stand myself. I'm literally thinking to myself, who else do I know, and where are they at, and how can I get this information to them? Because like you said, we are literally teaching the world to quit the dieting madness and to stabilize their blood sugar, to become amazingly healthy and lose the weight and feel great doing it. And not only that, but educate their families while they're doing that globally. What an exciting time in the world of Zen Project 8. I love it. And you know what? You know who I just saw join the page? Scott Brannon just joined the page. Come on, Scott Brannon. Scott Brannon. That's Renita's husband. I love that, Scotty. Got Mark Regan. So just remember, if you guys have questions, we'll be monitoring this, because this is not just us presenting information. It's interactive. This is our community. And I love we got our Aussies on, and we got Mary Dell Nelson. Mary Nelson, you know, man, Mary she's gonna work on some of the ZP8 gear, because I told you, Renita, everywhere I'm going around the world, I'm seeing this cool ZP8 gear, and we don't have it in the US, so we got to start bringing it. They had ZP8 hats in Africa. So cool.
Yeah. We got to get some hot gear, Mark. We got to get some hot gear.
So everyone's got to text Brett every day, the amazing general manager of the U.S., for him to get some good gear.
Absolutely. We'll do it.
So the first thing is this: why Zen? When we look at the Jeunesse Global movement, because Jeunesse what's fun is the powerhouse of what Jeunesse Global stands for, the outreach, the strength of the company and the organization. But when you look at the different demos and the different product things, everyone's got different objectives. Now, there's a big weight management area, and this is more than 104 billion globally. And what ends up happening is we created Zen to be that gap filler. And what we did was Zen Project 8, and you can watch the videos. We're not going to talk about the program. Most people watching this understand that. If you don't, make sure you dive into the videos on this Facebook page. It will give you a better recap of what the program and the products are all about. But the reality is that there's a market of people looking to end the dieting madness, that are looking to get educated, and that's our difference maker. So what we wanted to do, though, is we have an army of people in the U.S. living it. But how do we get people in the U.S. sharing and building it so that you can actually create financial freedom from that side? And when I say financial freedom, it depends on the person. There's no claims for anything. But I'm a health expert and I'm an entrepreneur. And I understand the power of knowing that as you get a result and you share something, how you can grow and build with it. So what we started launching, first started in Australia, now we've launched it everywhere that we're launching Zen, and this is a new 3-step model. It's very simple. It's start with the system, it's getting your maintenance, and it's sharing with 2. And if I run, and I'm going to run the numbers just from the point of the concept with this. Every market's a little different.
Sure.
But in the U.S., we are looking at the Transform Pack, and within the next 30 days, what you're going to see. So if you're buying Awaken packs, or you're buying Commit packs, we are revamping what the packs are. We are going to start focusing on what we're doing in the other markets, one Transform Pack. And we're looking at a price that will be a $399 price, and we're looking at the point where there will be a $100 retail sales bonus with RSB, with CV. So
that's going to be amazing, Mark. That's amazing right there. Say that again for all the business builders out there. So
what we launched in Europe was a $399, $100 retail sales bonus, and 150 CV. And let's talk about why that is. There's a front end. When I always think about sharing. So if I'm talking about I'm consuming this and I'm transforming, what do I want to do when I transform? That's my program. I transform my body. At a $399 rate, you're looking at $200 a month for 8 weeks. Set you up with 8 weeks worth of product. That's nothing compared to everything you get, because it's more than a product, it's a whole program. But the power of that is that you get 150 CV. So now, that starts, you can start moving a couple of those, you start cycling. But what do we talk about initially? So it's about the retail sales bonus. Now that retail sales bonus works for anyone you share with, but in addition, anyone that's actually in your business that is direct to you, every time they would purchase a Transform, because we see it all the time. Someone does a Transform Pack, they live the program, they go on vacation, they're like, I got to do it again. I want the whole thing again. Yeah. Every single time there'll be a $100 retail sales bonus on that. So now we're starting to think about how can you share and actually grow the residual revenue, the back end part of the business, but actually the front end as well. So everyone starts the system. Then the maintenance is 2 bags. So if everyone say this with me, 2 bags of Fuse, 2 shakes a day. Can you say that, Renita? 2 bags of Fuse, 2 shakes a day. Here's Brett Webb. He's calling me right now, Mark. He's so excited about this. Nice. I love it. So 2 bags of Fuse, 2 shakes a day. That's the power what we start thinking about. And then you share with 2. By sharing with 2, when you talk about that $100 RSB, that's $200. The maintenance pack of 2 bags of Fuse is about $120. So immediately you're covering your maintenance pack. That's the power of this, because when someone lives the program, I always think about when I start the system, that's my investment in myself. Right. It's not about covering that. That's you're investing in yourself. Right. But to continue using it. And we know this, by drinking the shake consistently, we're not replacing food. You're still eating the foods that you love, because we're not dieting here. But when you tell someone that's eating 2 to 3 meals a day that you're not eating 5 to 6, it's not easy. That's why we created Zen Fuse. So it fills your gap. 3-step system that starts allowing you to grow. And this becomes something where if Renita, you recruit someone and someone said, hey, I'm doing this, I want to find 4 of my friends. You can simply say, look, I'm starting a transformation. I'm looking for 2 or 4 people to start with me. And immediately now by sharing that and having them do the transformation, now you're already starting to generate revenue from sharing and building. Now, remember, there's 3 things. You can live it, you can share it, you can build it. So if you want to just be a customer, stay a customer. But we want to create a very simple, authentic, organic way to actually share your story and actually grow within Zen. And this becomes an entry point across the board. What's your thoughts on it, Renita?
I love it, Mark, because here's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Like, we're naturally, when we have the results and we have that success, and we all know, those of you that are living Zen Project 8 know that we need a solid protein, liquid protein, solid protein, liquid protein, because that's easier on our digestive system to assimilate. So we know that we're going to continue to need these shakes, right? We know that we're going to continue to live this program. And it's just natural that we're sharing it with others. But here's the beauty of it. If we can literally cover the cost of what we're spending each month for our shakes, what a blessing that would be. I mean, can you imagine if everybody that's viewing this right now, can you imagine if they were recouping what they spend every month on their shakes? And not only that, they were actually blessing somebody's life that got on the program, that's losing the weight, feeling great, their health conditions are changing. I mean, this is a win, 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 win on so many levels. You just can't get too much awesomeness. And what I'm realizing about this plan, this 3 steps that you have, Mark, is it is incredibly awesome, not only for the person who's just starting out to really rock their health and their body, but for those that want to continue to live the Zen Project 8 lifestyle and that blood sugar stabilization, PFC every 3, and to recap and recoup the money that they're spending every month on their shake mix by helping a couple friends get started monthly. It's that easy, Mark. I love it.
Yeah, and everyone, Renita, I love your passion. That's why you're contagious, man. So everyone doing this is why. So what we're working on is making sure that we can update everything. So it's not a relaunch of ZP8, it's an evolution of ZP8. Right. Because the program's still the same, the transformation's still the same, but we want to make this work for you from that perspective. Our bulk ordering will still be the same, but we wanted to create a simple model for you to actually build and share ZP8. And Renita and I, when we talked, we really wanted to do this webcast because I've been getting texts from so many people throughout the U.S. And the last thing that we ever want is people in the U.S. to feel that they're being left behind. The U.S. is where we launched ZP8. We've learned and evolved from the other markets, and we've actually learned a system that will work across the world. And that's what we're doing here. So this is coming. So we want everyone to get excited. We want everyone to see gears coming. And then there's going to be additional things, additional programs that we'll be launching that will be exclusive to the U.S. initially for a university. Some stuff that I'm not sharing yet, but some cool stuff. This is the business model that's coming, but then there's some additional stuff that will make everyone living it and you sharing it that much easier and that much more seamless. So a commitment is made from Brett Webb, from Meredith, when we talk about the entire North America team, to actually work seamlessly ZP8 into that market.
Yeah, Mark, this actually works perfectly with what we've done already in the U.S. with the 222 and how to build with Zen. This is just actually what it is it's a real win for those of us that are distributors or business builders out there sharing the message that really wanted maybe increased CV or maybe some more front end money when we're getting out there sharing this lifestyle with others. It's really going to put more money in our pocket, I believe, on the front end, which really helps us to get out of the gates faster for most people that are just beginning to build. So it really is an evolution of what we've already launched and what we've already done in the U.S. It's just going to be one step better is really what it's going to be. So I'm fired up about it. I can't wait for the next 30 days what is about to be unveiled.
Yeah, Kathleen Paredes asked a great question. Yeah, Kathleen, we're going to add another bag of Fuse to the kit. So you'd have 4 bags because right now there's 3 bags. So we're going to add 4 bags and we're looking at another Prime. What we realized when we launched the Awaken, the Commit, and the Transform is that we underpriced the Transform on that for what someone gets for it from a program perspective, and we had to actually rework it. It's similar like when you would coach someone or you do that, and that's where we had to rerun numbers and say what makes sense for everyone, what makes sense for a consumer, and what makes sense for someone sharing it, and then what products are missing from it. So that's why what we're doing when we launch everything, we're removing the other packs because in all the other markets they only have the Transform pack. That's it. The other markets are focused on that. That's the pack that they're launching. So we wanted, but Renita made a great point. She said, Mark, before things get removed, tell everybody. So we're giving everyone plenty of notice. You know, the Awaken Pack, the Commit Pack, things are changing. We're getting, so everyone has notice on that. Same amazing boxes, same program, same products. So it's not a relaunch of anything. It's just an evolution of a simple step to build it. So people living ZPA, no challenge at all. People sharing and building, we have new things, new tools, new strategies coming to help you win. And you're going to see a lot happen over June and July leading right up to Jeunesse University. So we don't want people to wait till Jeunesse University. No, that's why we're doing this webcast now. So we have strategies in place so everyone stays motivated, everyone knows what's coming, and we keep building, we keep sharing, we keep growing together. And you know that there's a strong commitment to the U.S. market, and there's a lot coming.
Yeah, Mark, you know what I really think when I just think about one word that is happening here, you're really just simplifying things for everybody. You know, it's actually, you know, it's an evolution, but it's actually an evolution that is going to simplify for all of you builders out there. Less to remember, less, you know, what is in that commit kit? What is in that awaken kit? When we have one kit that we're launching everybody on and we're starting them in that awesome CV out of the gates and that awesome bonus right out of the gates, we honestly are just simplifying what we already have in place to make it that much easier for everybody to get out there and duplicate it. And that's the secret to success that they're seeing in those other markets, right, Mark? The simplicity of it is what is that mass duplication that's going on globally.
100%. And it makes it, and the biggest thing that we said is the simplicity of it. Like you said, the 3 steps of sharing it to build it. And then what I want to share with everyone is just understanding the power of one and the exponential growth that you can have. So what we know is when someone's sharing, if they're not being, you know, when you share something and you sell something, by having some front end revenue, the retail sales bonus, that allows you to start growing. And if someone can actually share with 2 people and cover their monthly 2 bags of Fuse, 2 shakes a day, that's 60 CV. If you can actually do that and you can share with 2 people and now you're generating revenue to cover that, now you're able to still build the CV, the residual part of the business as well. Right. In my life as an entrepreneur, I'm always asking, where's front end revenue and where's back end revenue? Because both matter so much. And that's why this model is so great. And I love Mary. Mary said, remove them now. Let's do it. Mary, text Brett Webb. Text Brett. Brett is going to get so many texts tonight. But this is the power of this model that we're seeing. So we wanted to do we didn't want to do a long Facebook. We wanted to really just make this was more. And I know people around globally, you've been introduced to this model. You understand this model. And just know if we haven't launched GP, this is the model that we're going to be launching. And every packet's a little different. Like in Africa, we don't have Shaper Prime there, so we did it with Fuse and Fit. So every market's a little bit unique, but the U.S. market, we're going to really match what we've done in the European market. But it's the same 3-step in every single market.
Yeah, I just am so excited about the word simplicity. I just think about that, Mark, and I think it really is the key to mass duplication globally. The simpler, the more refined we make this, the simpler for those brand new people getting involved, and even the current distributors that have done so awesome and so incredible to build up until this point. Haven't they done amazing, Mark? I mean, they're just awesome. They're winners. The U.S. is just a team of winners that literally catapulted the global launch. But like you said, what you've learned in those markets is that by simplifying, it's going to be a whole nother level of greatness. I really believe that. To
me, the U.S., the heart when we talk about the U.S.
Yeah.
And it's just because we launched ZPA first in the U.S., we had to learn some different models, and we had to evolve. And that's where we're doing with this next evolution of it all. And like Kathy just said in Canada, we are working on Canada. Health Canada, Kathy, you can help by emailing Health Canada.
Yeah.
Health Canada has not approved ZenFuse yet. It's very difficult. It's a little frustrating for us because we want to get ZenFuse there. I know Zen Pro, there's a special there for Canada. And what we'd like to do is get Fuse there and then run this model. Obviously, there's tax implications in Canada. Yeah. So like the European one is a €399. So it's a little bit different. But the biggest thing is this. It is coming to Canada, so be patient, but we're doing our best to get ZenFuse there. And Renita, just to go piggyback on what you said just about the U.S. distributors, this is the power of it. We have an army of people in U.S. that are consuming. And I remember Maritza Willis, my buddy in Houston, Texas, talked about when we launched CP8, she enrolled so many people. It would have been a difference maker with this model, with this retail sales bonus. So everyone who's been committed to the movement, everyone who's been living it. I love what Kathleen Preda says. Product tastes so much better when it's paid for from sharing. Exactly.
Amen.
That is the power of it, and we know that. We know that because we know you need Fuse. We know, but it's so much better if you can actually be compensated for the movement and for your sharing. And that's why this model will take us to the next level with Zen. And that's why. So just this webcast it's for everybody, but it's particularly for the U.S. market to understand that as you see this massive momentum globally, as you see me touring all around the world, it's coming here. And that's why we're working every day with Brett Webb, with Meredith. And our focus is over June or July, we're going to launch this package. And then what you're going to see is additional launches and cool new features that will be introduced at Geneseo University in New York, New Jersey, and then in Anaheim. And then we're going to do a whole Zen Project 8 tour in September. So just know we are only getting stronger.
And Mark, you know what I got to say? Kathleen Prentice is right. Like, the shake does taste better when it's free. And the bottom line is what I've realized from being in this business a long time is that if we can get all of these awesome consumers that have been living Zen Project 8, living this PFC lifestyle, if we can get them all drinking for free, no one will ever stop this massive movement. They will always be on board if their product is paid for every month. And that is my goal. Is not, we could say, oh, we're going to make millions and millions of dollars. Or I can say, I want every single person that gets in my business to get out there and share it with just a couple people so that every month their product is paid for. And they will never stop the PFC Every 3 Zen Project 8 lifestyle. And
Exactly.
That's what this is really all about.
100%. We are changing. Our mission is to end the dieting madness and create a health revolution. And that is what we are doing. And we know that the power, and we know that we know, Renita, people respond better when they're doing 2 shakes a day. We know the research behind that. But also, if you have to cut budget, then you make sacrifices. So if we can help people not have to cut budget, that's the key. So everyone, that's the webcast that we wanted for tonight. Just to introduce it, Renita and I will be back next week. I will be in Australia, but we will be doing a live stream. We will coordinate a time that works. And if somehow you can't attend it live, you can watch the replay, and we will get right back to the same, business building techniques that will take your skill set to another level. Everyone in the U.S., stay tuned. New things are coming, and everyone around the world. We've launched these markets, we launched the models. Be engaged in the group. Ask all questions. We are just getting started. And Kathy, I know that you love. Yes, we will come to Canada on the GPA tour. We are working on Canada. Stevie Jones is one of my dearest friends. It pains me because I love the Canadians. So we are figuring out how to make it all work there, okay? So stay strong, stay tuned, and our community is so powerful. So Renita, you wrap us up. What do you want to end with?
Yeah, I just want to tell you, Mark kind of shared with me what's going on globally just prior to hopping on this webcast. We've been talking about it throughout the week here. And honestly, you guys, I'm just amazed. I'm amazed by the simplicity of what is happening globally. And I'm so excited for the implementation of that in the U.S. But Mark is right. If you want those kits that are in there right now, you better get in and get them, because in 30 days, it might look a little bit different, which is a total blessing for all of us in the U.S., because you too will be amazed with the simplicity of what they're doing to duplicate globally and how it's impacting their businesses. So I'm really fired up about that. I once heard a saying, Mark, they said, when a change occurs, implement the change the quickest, and you'll impact the most lives and you'll make the most money. And with this, I'm here to tell you, as soon as this is launched, it is going to be like a freight train in the night, baby. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be fast and hard. In the U.S., just like we're seeing that global explosion, it's going to be here in the U.S. happening. So I am fired up about the simplicity of it, and I'm excited for the next 30 days for that to all be revealed here to the U.S. market. And it's go time, guys. So buckle up and get ready for it.
Love it. Okay, everyone. We just are getting started. And what Sharon McCann said, end obesity. I love that. And that's what we're doing. We're ending dieting, and we're teaching people how to live their best health. So stay tuned. There'll be this was just the recap to show you the power of the 3-step model. And We will be doing another Facebook Live. It will not be Monday because I'm flying to Australia, but we will be doing weekly ones even when I'm touring to develop the skill set. Please make sure if you missed the one that we did in the group, watch that, share that with everyone, and just know we are just getting started. Love you guys. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Bye.